Hello YouTube, this is Hunting Guy 532, and today I decided I was going through my backpack again, my backpacking backpack that is. Me and a buddy of mine are going on a 24-kilometer round trip backpacking adventure, and I decided to show you guys some of the gear I'm going to pack, and then I'll go through it piece by piece. So I'll just give you guys a quick overview right now. This is everything that I'm going to take on this trip, nothing more, nothing less. There's my backpack made by Outbound. It's a 60 plus 10 liter internal frame backpack. I quite enjoy it. And some of the kit I bring, I'm trying to go as lightweight as possible here for the distance that we're going to be traveling. Oops. Sorry, something popped up on the computer there. Just for fun, something I'm going to take, because we're going to be camping near a river and a little, like, there's a main river, there's a smaller one, and then there's another little spot which which you can usually be quite successful at fishing there. So I'm going to bring my telescopic fishing rod and just a few assorted lures that I know work there. A few I know work 100%, some work sometimes there. So I'm going to bring that just for something to do, catch some fresh fish, have a good time. Something I've yet to see anybody put on YouTube about backpacking is one of these green bags. And the reason I'm bringing one of these is to hang my food from. They're cloth, they're lightweight, they're tough as all hell. All you gotta do, put your rope through the little loops and your food in the bag and throw it through a tree and hang it from a tree. They're cheap, inexpensive. You get them at any grocery store because they want people to go green, which is a good idea. And then you buy a few of these and use them for your groceries. Well, you go out, you get one for a couple of bucks. They're the best friggin' backpacking hanger I've ever found. And inside of that, I just have a small little plastic garbage bag for carrying out trash at the end of it all. And, nope, sleeping bag's falling on me. Something else I'm going to bring for my stove, I'm going to bring my MSR Pocket Rocket, which I bought at the Radical Edge, which is a very nice backpacking store, and the people in there, they know what they're talking about, and I had a really easy time getting a brand new pocket rocket, a canister of fuel, and a good lesson and everything. The chick there, she knew everything about this little stove. Any product I pointed at, she knew everything on it. She could tell me boil times on the pocket rocket, how long it'll last, everything. Amazing. I loved it there. I plan on going back. I just had such great service. Something else I'm going to bring, instead of just doing the canteen cup, like a lot of people do, and I like to do it too sometimes, but I'm bringing an actual camp coffee mug. It's steel. You can boil water in it. I'm just bringing it for my coffee in the morning and teas at night or whatever. And then I'm going to bring you've all seen before, my one-man cook pot. And then I've actually lowered the contents in this one to a dry rag, some matches, instant coffee, and a plastic spoon. And I don't think I've showed you guys this yet, but this is my new backpacking bowl. My sister ate one of those Thai food microwave dish things or whatever, and I looked at this and I thought, well, you know what, it's lightweight, it's fairly flexible and tough, so I decided I'd use it for backpacking, washed it up a little bit, and I used it on my last camping trip, which worked fantastic, so I figure I'll bring it up, I'll bring it again. Something else I'm going to bring, I don't think I've ever shown, I call it my warm kit. It's just got 2 items in it. Basically, it's a medium-sized freezer bag, it's plastic, it has some hand warmers and a big book of matches in there. I like to carry it around with me in the winter time because if something happens where you get wet and you need to get warm, well, when your hands are cold and you can't quite strike matches, you have hand warmers to get your hands and your body warm, start fires, stay alive, right? Or if you were smart enough to bring a lightweight stove, say like a pocket rocket, an alcohol stove or something, to get yourself warm, take your cup, make a tea or some kind of warm beverage, and then you get warm enough that you can go out and collect firewood and build a nice big fire to keep yourself warm. That's a little off topic. Something else I'm going to bring is my Hunter Survival Kit. I'm pretty sure I've shown you guys the new one. I have a few new items in here. I might redo this video again for updating purposes. But that comes with me on every camping, hunting, fishing for the most part, unless I'm like 2 meters from a road kind of deal. For the most part, any wilderness adventure, dirt biking, off-roading, anything, it comes with me. Sometimes it even comes with me to work. Something else I'm taking, my Buck 119, medium-sized hunting. It's a hunting knife. It's also a decent survival knife, and it's razor sharp still. It's gonna come with me as well. You always need a knife with you, or a couple actually. One is none, two is one is none, and more is even fucking better. It's gonna come. It's gonna be my belt knife probably around camp. Uh, pr- Protection from animals. Last time I went there on a solo trip, there were a lot of critters around. And I had this knife beside on my side. This will be more of a camp duty kind of knife. This will be my rope cutter, maybe even my fish cleaner. I might test it the Buck 119 on a fish if I catch any to see how it works. But I've used this Winchester one for a number of years. It's still fairly sharp. You know, I should put a new edge on it pretty soon after this trip. It's sharp enough that I can take it on the trip. It's only an overnight trip. So I'll bring this with me and go from there. I like having both of them because they're both heavy duty and they're good blades, and I like having them with me in the wilderness. It makes me feel more comfortable. Something else I'm going to bring now. The problem is when I go backpacking, I like to bring a lot of water, but I've never done a backpacking trip this long before. Not like over. I've done lots of overnights, but I mean for the amount of distance, I've yet to do a 24-kilometer round trip backpacking trip, and I've done hikes longer than that, but those are day hikes, right? And so I'm gonna bring a 2-quart canteen with me. I'm gonna bring this water bottle. It's the seal's still good on it. It's one of those Sport Tops Pure Life water bottles, 710 milliliters, almost a quart. I've got 2 of these coming in my canteen. Now what? And the canteen's gonna be strapped to the outside of my pack. And I'm starting to run out of time here. Fuck. Um, the canteen's gonna be strapped to the outside of my pack on a little carabiner, but I'm gonna leave the canteen cup here. Something else I'm gonna take is I bought this for $2 at the dollar store. Fucking 15 meters of camping rope. If you go anywhere else, it's like a lot more. So I figured it's a good deal. For clothing, I'm taking a pair of wool socks because I always sleep in my socks, pretty much no matter what time of year it is. 2 pairs of socks to be changing out there. One to change in camp, and then one for the hike out. An extra shirt because I plan on swimming. After swimming, just have something else in I'm taking and swim trunks because I plan on doing some swimming there too. My buddy, and just a sweater to help sleep and keep warmer. Uh, I'm gonna and yeah, this part. And I'm gonna take my little lightweight sleeping bag. It's an It's good to 8 degrees. It's a good summer bag. It's really nice. I like it. It's lightweight, so I'm taking that. Something else I got, camp pillow from the dollar store too. This thing was $1.50. No, this was $2. The rope was $1.50. Sorry. And I used it on my last trip too, and it was actually really good for what it was and how big it is. And if this thing falls apart on me after this backpacking year, I don't give a fuck because I only spent $2 on it, not $15 anywhere else. Something else I'm gonna take, my roll mat, Walmart on sale, $10, right? It's half inch to an inch, something like it's about an inch worth of foam to sleep on, so that isn't bad. And like I showed you, my 60 plus 10-liter internal frame pack from Outbound, which I took on the last trip. It's really good. It comes with a built-in rain cover and everything. I got to do a separate review on this pack itself. And really quickly, before I run out of time, a lot of you guys might be looking and wondering, where the fuck's your tent? Well, my buddy decided we're gonna use his tent. It's a 3-person tent, backpacker size tent, and we were talking about it. And he doesn't want to break up the weight with it. Like one take the actual tent, one take the poles, split the pegs. He said he'll just carry it all. I'm sure when it comes to coming the way home, he might want to split the weight a little, but that's neither here nor there. That'll come later when we go on the trip to find out. Anyway, this Hunting Guy 532. I'll talk to you guys later.